Hello, this is James Jopling. I'm with Shoppa's John Deere, and this is a 2024 tractor box. The first of which is there's a complaint that the tractor that he was utilizing before it was capable of lifting and transporting round cotton bales, which are approximately 5,000 pounds. So the salesman informed him that this tractor was more than capable. So what they have to do is actually go into the little manual and look at the capacities. Just research the capacities, and it just so happens it doesn't have the capability of lifting a 5,000 pound cotton bale. You know, it's in kilograms, 1450, 1800 maximum kilograms. So you multiply that times 2.2046 pounds per kilogram, and it doesn't have the capacity of which to lift it. This one is just, they have to think about what possibly could be the issue. There are no issues with the hydraulics. Hydraulics test fine. Everything is fine in that respect. So that's just one that they're going to have to think about. Okay, the next issue that we have is the air filter restriction warning. There's actually an indicator on the dash as to after a few seconds whether it's running or not. It will alarm out. They're going to have to go into the onboard diagnostics in the dashboard, and it'll give them a code. Now that code is that 107.07. It's ECU code. So there again, they're going to have to reference the book and go through the procedure. And part of the procedure is just physically checking the harnessing and the sensor itself, and also checking the air filter, make sure that there's no issue there. But in the procedure, we're going to be testing for power providence going to the sensor. Should be a 5 volt. This is most of the sensory systems are 5 volt based on this. So we're going to simply go to this harness and go from one pin to the next pin, and we have 0.0 volts. Okay, then we can go to chassis ground. Potentially it could be a faulty ground. But there again, the voltage is down into thousandths of a volt. So we know that there's an issue there. So what we're going to have them do is, I've got a little modification of which I made. They're going to have to remove this harness and then retest at this connector. For voltage providence. And I can't get the pins in far enough, but it will show that I've got 5 volts available. So then at that time, further in the instruction, and I believe it's one of the final ones, we're going to go to check the integrity of the harness. So we're going to go from one pin to the second pin, and we see that we have 0.0506 ohms. So there's an issue within this harness. And what they're going to do is just go ahead and plug the original harness here back in to the sensor. Then they'll go into the OBD, the onboard diagnostics, in the dash and clear the code and see if it reoccurs. If it doesn't, then they've resolved the issue within the harness. And also, I must mention that there is a procedure in the Mini Tech Manual for retrieving and erasing the fault codes. Yes, next issue of which we've introduced is the tractor, when you turn it all the way in one direction, that it makes an unusual, somewhat a popping noise. What that's due to is steering stop essentially fell out with assistance, but it fell out. Now, that steering stop is back down on the inside of the hub, and there again in our tech manual there are specifications. It should be approximately 1 inch at the closest to the frame wherever the tire is. So they'll have to look that up and reinstall the steering stop and have it to correct specification. And that's relatively simple, I understand that, but it's real world, because we do see steering stops fall out from time to time. Now, the next issue that we have is the complaint is that the customer cannot hook his drawbar connection up on his blade or his cutter, whatever it may be. So what we've done is actually, very simply, we've reversed the drawbar. See where the hole is? It's small and it's too far away from the end. So there's no way that he could possibly hook it up. So they're going to have to remove the drawbar and put it back in, reinstall it to the correct distance specification from the end of the PTO shaft to the center of the hole. And there again, that is in this little mini manual. I've got a section in there for the drawbar, and it dictates that it should be 14 inches, again, from the center of the hole to the end of the PTO shaft. And that'll correct that problem. And the last complaint is the fact that this won't lift up high enough for him to load whatever he wishes onto his trailer. There are specifications for adjustment. You see, there's exorbitant amount of travel here. So what they're going to have to do is, just a little logical thinking, is look in the book. There again, we've got a section here concerning that. So they're going to have to adjust the hitch. And actually they're going to adjust it to get it within specification. It should be within 1 to 2 inches of maximum travel, meaning that you'll pick it up only 1 to 2 inches maximum before it gets to the end of the stroke. I have dimensions drawn up on a page in here as to where they can follow that to get their baseline as far as the distance traveled and adjust it properly. The hitch feedback linkage is what it's described as being, is over on the left side of the rock shaft itself. And there's a adjusting nut up on the front. There's a jam nut and adjusting nut. They're going to have to adjust that. And one very, very important thing, they're going to adjust it with the engine off, just for safety's sake. Start the machine and see how close they have it. If it's not close enough, if it's not correct, they're going to have to shut the machine back down, readjust it again. But anyway, that is the issue with the rock shaft not being able to lift high enough to load whatever he wishes on his trailer. Thank you very much.